चलो बेटा, क्वेश्चन नंबर 4, सिंप्लीफाई. Question number 4, simplify, part 1. In this question, the term that are given 1 plus square root 2 divided by square root 5 plus square root 3 again plus 1 minus square root 2 divided by square root 5 minus square root 3. Okay, beta, look here. Look at this type of question. Rather, 2 fractions are given, rather 3 fractions are given. What you have to do? Simplify. Simplify means you have to add or subtract according to the question, whatever the sign is involved in the question. 1 plus square root 2 divided by square root 5 plus square root 3. This is the first term that is considered as first fraction. Plus sign and the second fraction considered as the second term. There are 2 terms, they are saying that add them. Okay, but how we can add them when they are irrational? Look at their denominators. Their denominators are involving square root. Square root 5, square root 3. There is square root here, it means it is an irrational term. So we can't proceed with this type of fractions. So consider them as first term and second term. Consider this first term. This sign is plus and this one is second term. 2 irrational terms are there. First, we will make them rational. How will we make them rational? Use the rationalization process. Solve them one by one. First, you will solve first term. Rationalize it and leave it as it is. First term is 1 plus square root 2 divided by square root 5 plus square root 3. It is an irrational term. Solve it as we have solved question number 1 and 3. Take its conjugate. Conjugate denominator, it will be square root 5 minus square root 3. Square root 5 minus square root 3 is the conjugate. Now you will say multiply and divide by its conjugate. Multiply and divide by square root 5 minus square root 3. We haven't taken the whole question. We have made 2 terms. First term before the sign of addition and the second one that is after the sign of addition. First we will make first term rationalize, use rationalization process, then solve the second term and then add the answers of both terms. Conjugate of first term's denominator, multiply and divide by square root 5 minus square root 3. So it will be 1 plus square root 2 divided by square root 5 plus square root 3 multiplied by square root 5 minus square root 3 divided by square root 5 minus square root 3. Is it clear?
Ma'am.
Okay. Now write them in the bracket to make them separate. Now numerator's term will be multiplied by numerator and denominator's term will be multiplied by denominator. Keep remember while doing rationalization, you have to use the formula a square minus b square for the solution of denominator. So for the numerator, it is 1 plus square root 2 times square root 5 minus square root 3. For this type of multiplication, we have to consider one term and multiply it by the second one. Similarly, the second term multiplied by the second term. First, 1 plus square root 2, the first term, it will be multiplied by the second one, that is square root 5 minus square root 3. And in the denominator, consider the formula square root 5, a plus b into a minus b. Write down the formula here, a plus b into a minus b, and it will be a square minus b square. Is it clear?
Yeah.
For the denominator, जी
मैम हमने कॉन्जुगेट लिए तो हम पहली वाली वैल्यू को सॉल्व किए बगैर हम दूसरी वाली वैल्यू से भी प्लस कर रहे हैं.
नहीं करना. You are just taking this term. You are solving this one. We haven't considered this. We have ignored this. Just solve it. मतलब separate से इनको solve करें फिर इनके answers को add करेंगे. Clear?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now it is in the denominator. Again, formula is a square minus b square, where a is square root 5 and b is square root 3. So it is a square minus b square. A square is square root 5 square minus b square is square root 3 square. This square and square root will be cancelled out. Similarly, this square and square root will be cancelled out. Now here for this type of multiplication, rather you have already done or not, I don't know. But for this type of multiplication, what do you do? Consider the first term, first number, like it is 1. When we have to multiply two brackets, we will multiply its each term by the next bracket one by one. It is 1. Select this first term multiplied by the second bracket, square root 5 minus square root 3. Then this plus, ये इधर देना कैलकुलेटर. One times square root 5 minus square root 3, then this plus square root 2 into square root 5 minus square root 3. When we have to multiply two brackets, you will open the first bracket, multiply its first term. Because this is the multiplication of two brackets. Look here. These are two terms, again these are two terms. While multiplying two brackets, what you have to do, select the first term, एक term select करें, multiply it by the both values of the second bracket. Similarly, select the second term and multiply it by the both terms of the second bracket. It is 1. Okay, 1, you will multiply it by both these terms. Similarly, this square root 2, it will be multiplied by both these terms. Clear? And in the denominator, now what we are having, 5 minus 3. Now this 1 times under root 5. Now this 1 will be multiplied by under root 5 and under root 3 as well. Similarly, this 2 will be multiplied by under root 5 and under root 3 as well. Now this is 1 times under root 5 is 1 times under root 5 minus 1 times any term is that number itself. Now this plus. जी बेटा.
क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 और क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 में जो आंसर आते थे उन्हें हम स्क्वायर रूट से ही मल्टीप्लाई करते थे. स्क्वायर रूट 3 से इसलिए मल्टीप्लाई नहीं करते थे बिकॉज इट वाज सिंगल नंबर. सिंगल नंबर होता था उसको तो मल्टीप्लाई करने का फायदा नहीं है, वो डिनोमिनेटर से कैंसिल हो जाता था. बट हियर वी आर हैविंग टू टर्म्स इन द ब्रैकेट. ठीक है, थोड़ा एक्टिव होके बैठे, एक्टिव होके जाग जाए. Now it is square root 2 into square root 5. Square root 2 into square root 5, both of the inner numbers will be multiplied. 2 times 5 because both are having same radical. Now this plus minus minus, similarly 2 times 3 divided by 5 minus 3 is 2. Is it clear? Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now it is square root 5 minus square root 3 plus square root 10 minus square root 6 divided by 2. It is the answer for first term. बेटा ये थोड़े से लेंथी क्वेश्चंस हैं, इंपॉर्टेंट है, इनमें से आते हैं. ठीक है, अभी ये हमारे पास सिर्फ फर्स्ट टर्म सॉल्व हुई है. लाइक वी हैव रैशनलाइज्ड फर्स्ट टर्म ओनली टिल हियर. इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है. Now similarly we will proceed. Now no simplification further can be done. Square root 5 minus square root 3 plus square root 10 minus square root 6. No further simplification can be done. So it will be left as it is.
स्क्वायर रूट आपस में प्लस और माइनस नहीं हो सकते?
नहीं, they can be added or subtracted if they are having same radicands. इनके तो radicands ही change हैं. ये 5, 3, 10 और 6 change है, तो change वाले तो add subtract नहीं हो सकते ना. If they are same then they can be multiplied. ये बहुत lengthy questions है, इनको थोड़ा ध्यान से solve करिएगा. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
एक भी प्लस माइनस कहीं
बेटा डन दिस पेज?
मैं
अच्छा आप सॉल्व करें, मैं इसको एक्सप्लेन करती हूँ दोबारा से. द क्वेश्चन वाज सिंप्लीफाई and you have seen two irrational terms were given and with the sign of plus. Two terms are there. अब देखें, we can't add or subtract without having rational terms. If we are having irrational, so first we have to make them rational. There are two fractions. First, what will we do? We will make them rational one by one. Solve the first term. First term is 1 plus square root 2 divided by square root 5 plus square root 3. It is an irrational term. ठीक है? To make it rational, what will you do? You will take its conjugate. Conjugate is if it is plus, then you will change its sign. It will be minus. Square root 5 minus square root 3. Multiply and divide by square root 5 minus square root 3. 1 plus square root 2 divided by square root 5 plus square root 3 into square root 5 minus square root 3 divided by square root 5 minus. अच्छा ठीक है, इसको करें, फिर नेक्स्ट पेज शेयर करके मैं नेक्स्ट चीज एक्सप्लेन करूंगी.
नेक्स्ट पेज.
नेक्स्ट पेज. ओके. This is the next page. Acha. Here you were saying that we haven't done the multiplication in the above question because there were only one term that was multiplied or formula was used. That's why we haven't done multiplication. But here in this question, we are having different terms in the numerator. We are not going to apply any formula, so we are bound to do multiplication. Multiplication of two brackets can be done in this way. You will write down the first term multiplied by the second whole bracket. Then if it is the sign of plus or minus, you will write that sign and the second term, like if it was plus under root 2, you will write plus under root 2 and will multiply it by square root 5 minus square root 3. First term multiplied by both of the terms of next bracket plus second term multiplied by the next two terms of the next bracket. Radicands will be multiplied if radicals are same. And outer term will be multiplied by the coefficient if just coefficient is there without radical. So 1 times square root 5 is square root 5 minus 1 times square root 3 is square root 3 plus square root 2 times square root 5 will be square root 10. 5 to the 10 minus square root 2 times square root 3 is square root 6. 2 3s are 6. No further simplification can be done, so it will remain the same. 5 minus 3 is 2. It is the solution of just first term. The same way we are going to solve the second term and then we will add both of the answers. The answers of the first term and as well as the answer of the second term. Mark it in this way, make a box around it and write it 1. It will represent that it is equation number 1. Similarly, we will rationalize the second term and we'll add the answers of both of the terms. ठीक है बेटे, सिमिलरली वी विल प्रोसीड द सेकंड टर्म. ठीक है, the first one is done. Now we will solve the second term. Second term, that was from question. 1 minus square root 2 divided by square root 5 minus 3. Now you will mention it as second term. First term solution is done. Now you will write second term. Second term is 1 minus square root 2 divided by square root 5 minus square root 3. ठीक है? To make it rational, write down its conjugate. The same steps that we have done in the previous question. Write down its conjugate. Its conjugate is, it is square root 5 minus square root 3. It will be square root 5 plus square root 3. The same statement you are going to write here, multiply and divide by square root 5 plus square root 3. ठीक है? Is it clear? अच्छा ठीक है. Multiply and divide by square root 5 plus square root 3. Now it is 1 minus square root 2 divided by square root 5 minus square root 3 multiplied by its conjugate square root 5 plus square root 3 divided by square root 5 plus square root 3. Similarly, numerator's term will be multiplied by numerator. Don't forget to mark bracket. Bracket से ये होता है ना, हमें पता चलता है कि यहाँ से लेकर यहाँ तक एक टर्म है. Then for the denominator, we will write down the formula, that is a plus b into a minus b. अच्छा, आप इसको rationalization complete करेंगे इसकी second term की?
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, ठीक है. Try to complete it. अगर complete होती है well and good, otherwise मैं करवाती हूँ.
One. हो गया।
जी बेटा, क्या आंसर आया सेकंड पार्ट का?
स्क्वायर रूट 5 प्लस स्क्वायर रूट 3 माइनस स्क्वायर रूट 10 प्लस स्क्वायर रूट 6 डिवाइडेड बाय 2।
वेरी गुड, गुड हो गया, ठीक है। नाउ फर्दर लेट मी प्रोसीड द क्वेश्चन। ये दोनों आंसर्स आपने मार्क करके रखने हैं। द क्वेश्चन दे वर सेइंग दैट यू हैव टू ऐड बोथ ऑफ द टर्म्स, फर्स्ट टर्म एंड सेकंड टर्म। Now at the place of first term, here you will give a statement according to question. According to question. Solution of first term. What was it? At the place of first term, we will write down its solution that I solved. What was it? Square root 5 minus square root 3, ठीक है, plus square root 10 minus square root 6. Was it? Divided by 2. Was this the solution for first term?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then the sign of plus. In the question, it is the sign of plus here. Write it as it is. Now the second term. At the place of second term, you will write down its solution. What was it? Square root 5
Plus square root 3 minus square root 10
plus square root 3 minus square root 10. Very good.
plus square root
Plus
6.
square root 6. Very good. Now both are like fractions. Like fractions means their denominators are same. If their denominators are same, so their numerators can be added directly. We will write down 2 directly in the denominator. Now this square root 5 minus square root 3, ठीक है, then this plus square root 10, then this minus square root 6, then it is the sign of plus, write all the term in the bracket में लिखनी है ताकि आपको पता चले कि here we have to open the bracket in the next step. Then this is square root 5, then plus square root 3 minus square root 10 plus square root 6, again bracket. ठीक है, now open the brackets and write the same terms together. Now it is square root 5. Can I write square root 5 and square root 5 together? Beta, look here, then copy. ठीक है, square root 5 plus square root 5. Then minus square root 3 and this plus square root 3. Write them together. Minus square root 3, then plus this square root 3. Then this one plus square root 10. It is plus square root 10 minus square root 10. This one. So what is left? Minus square root 6 plus square root 6. Okay. Minus square root 6 plus square root 6. Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Acha. And divided by 2. बेटा ये साइन चेक कर ले, सारे ये सही है?
Yes, ma'am.
मुझे लग रहा है ये जो स्क्वायर रूट 6 है ना, ये वाला साइन माइनस होना चाहिए.
पहले
एक
वाले का
मिनट,
माइनस दूसरे का प्लस.
अच्छा चलिए ठीक है. Okay, now look here. This minus square root 3 plus square root 3. Cancel out. Cancellation property of addition. This is minus and this is plus. Cancelled out. Similarly, this plus square root 10 minus square root 10. They will also be cancelled out. Cancellation property of addition. This minus square root 6 plus square root 6. This will also be cancelled out. What is left? Under root 5 plus under root 5 and this divided by 2. Just these two things are left. Write them here.
वो नहीं हो सकते
Under
कट
root जी
वो नहीं हो
वो नहीं हो
सकते
सकते because their signs are same. It is plus, it is also plus. Only those are cancelled out which have opposite signs. One is plus, one is minus. ठीक है? Now this under root 5 plus under root 5 both will be added. What it will be? Under root 5 plus under root 5.
10
No, 10. Add their coefficients.
square root 2 5
2
power
2
2
square root 5 over 2. Under root 5, this is 1 under root 5 plus 1 under root 5. 1 and 5 both will be added 2 under root 5. And this 2 will be cancelled out by this 2. So what is left? Square root 5 is your answer. Is it clear?
M square root 2 मतलब
Under root 5 plus under root 5. Their coefficients will be added. Its coefficient is 1 here. Its coefficient is also 1. 1 and 1 will be 2. 2 times square root 5. And this 2 is in the multiplication relation. So cancellation property of multiplication will be used here. 2 by 2. Cancelled out. What is left? Square root 5. Okay. According to question, must give a statement.
M हो गया
ठीक है. Have you completed the whole question?
yes ma'am
This side also? The second page?
yes ma'am
Okay. Now come towards question number 4, part 2. In that question, we are having 3 terms. As we were having 2 terms in the first question, but in the second question, we are having 3 terms. Okay? For 3 terms, the same working we will do. First, you will rationalize the first term, then you will rationalize the second term, then you will rationalize the third term, and in the end, you will add the answers of all 3 terms. The same questions as we have done in the part 1. But in the part 1, we were having 2 terms, and in part 3, we are having 3 terms. Sorry, part 2, we are having 3 terms.
ma'am
जी बेटा
part 2 और part 3 में वही concept है
वही कॉन्सेप्ट है सेम
मैंने मेरे क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 करवा लिया खुद कर लूंगा
ये खुद कर लेंगे चले गुड हो गया वेरी गुड वेल डन चले फिर क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 पे आ जाए क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 Question number 5, part 1. In question number 5, first let me explain what are they saying in this question. In this question, they are saying that if x is equals to this, then find the value of x minus 1 by x. Have we done this type of working before?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है, we have done in question number 3, part 3. ठीक है, x minus 1 by x. And now they are saying that get its square as well, x minus 1 by x its whole square. Means you will solve x is given, find out the value of 1 by x, then subtract the value of 1 by x from x, and you will get an answer. From that you have to take its square. Two things are given. G,
हिंट क्या चीज है मैम?
for question number 5, hint is for part 2, not for part 1. ठीक है, there we are going to use the formula of cubes and for square in part 2, not in part 1. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now come towards question number 5, part 1. The value for x is given 2 plus square root 3. Find the value of x minus 1 by x and x minus 1 by x its whole square. Two things, two terms we have to find out. Just one value is given. We will use that value to get the value of x minus 1 by x and x minus 1 by x its whole square. Okay, the value for x that is given here, x is equals to 2 plus square root 3. 2 plus square root 3, then find the value of x minus 1 by x. One thing. Secondly, x minus 1 by x its whole square. Means the answer, whatever the answer we will get from first term, that we will find out, we will take its square to get the answer for second term. ठीक है? Okay जी, this is the value for x. First of all, 1 by x is also missing. Is it given or missing?
Missing,
To
ma'am.
solve these two parts, first of all, we are required the value of 1 by x. Okay, so we will solve this. 1 by x means 1 divided by 2 plus square root 3. When we have put this value in the denominator, it has become an irrational. Again, irrational term is there, so you have to take its conjugate and make it rational. Conjugate will be 2 minus square root 3. Then you will write multiply and divide by whatever the statement. I am not completing it, you will complete it yourself. Then 1 by x is equals to 1 divided by 2 plus square root 3 multiplied by 2 minus square root 3 divided by 2 minus square root 3. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now it is 1 by x is equals to, beta, can you hear my voice?
Yes.
2 minus square root 3, when we will multiply it by 1, it will remain the same. अब ये देखें, you were asking that why haven't we done this type of multiplication in the previous parts? Because there was only one number, so one number can be directly multiplied. In the denominator, it is a square minus b square. A square means it is the square of 2 minus b square means it is the square of 3. ठीक है, 3 square, this 2 square and square root will be cancelled out, so what is left? 2 minus square root 3 divided by 2.
जी मैम मुझे लगा ये तो ऊपर वाली वैल्यू ठीक है
4 minus 3 is 1, so no need to write 1 in the denominator, so we got the value of 1 by x. Any problem till here? Now, according to question, in the question they were saying that find out the value of x minus 1 by x. ठीक है, x minus 1 by x. Here you will mention according to question. एक मिनट अब्दुल्ला, मैं रजिस्टर लेके आती हूँ, उस पे कराते हैं आपको मार्कर जरा. According to question, it was x minus 1 by x. ठीक है, so here at the place of x you will put its value. The value for x was given in the question 2 plus square root 3. Write it in the bracket minus. This is the sign of minus, write it as it is. And the value for 1 by x. The value for 1 by x we got, that is 2 minus square root 3. Open the bracket, 2 plus square root 3. This is minus, multiplied inside, it is plus. Plus minus will be minus. Whenever it is the sign of minus outside the bracket, keep remember the inner signs of the bracket will be changed. Inner signs of the bracket will be changed. Plus minus is minus 2. Then this minus will be plus square root 3. Now write 2 with 2 and radical with radical. Square root 3 plus square root 3. 2 minus 2. Cancellation property of addition, because it is plus 2 and it is minus 2. Cancelled out, it was plus square root 3 plus square root 3. What is left? Plus square root 3 and plus square root 3. What it will be?
मैम वो
Plus square root 3 and plus square root 3.
2 square root 3.
Very good. 2 times square root 3. It is the answer for first term that we have to evaluate. Answer of first term. ठीक है. Now, हाँ जी, दोबारा मैं बता देती हूँ. According to question, they were saying that find out the value of x minus 1 by x. The value of x, it was given in the question 2 plus square root 3. ठीक है. This minus will remain the same, and the value for 1 by x is 2 minus square root 3. This 2, open the bracket, this minus will be plus square root 3. Write the constant number with constant number and radical with radical. 2 minus 2, cancellation property of addition is used. Cancelled out, square root 3 plus square root 3, added 2 times square root 3. Now again for second part, in the second part they were saying that find out the square of x minus 1 by x. ठीक है, you will say that now for x, okay, it was unknown. For this, what will you do? We are having the value of x minus 1 by x. Further, they are saying that find out its square. Find out its square. To find out its square, this thing is given. Can we apply whole square upon it? देखिए, simply term is given. X minus 1 by x is given, and they are saying that find out its square. So for this, you will apply square on the both sides of this equation number 1. To get the value of this, what will you say? You will say apply square on both sides of equation number 1. Equation number 1 was x minus 1 by x is equal to 2 times square root 3. Apply whole square on it. So it will be x minus 1 by x whole square on the left side is equal to 2 times square root 3 on its right side is also done. So this term will remain the same. X minus 1 by x whole square is equals to, it is the square of 2. Square of 2. Okay, it will be 4 into square root 3 whole square, and this square will be cancelled out. So what is left? 4 times 3. 4 times 3 means they are multiplied. 4 3 is 12. X minus 1 by x whole square is 12. The answer for second part. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Of 1 by x from board, and then I will show you the working formula. अब्दुल्ला, इतनी नींद क्यों आ रही होती है? Why are you dozing continuously? थोड़ा फ्रेश होकर बैठा करें, शॉवर लेके आया करें. मेहमान तो बेटा जी मेरे घर भी बहुत आए हुए हैं,
3 बजे तक नहीं
लेकिन थोड़ा अच्छा चलो पिक्चर क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
अब्दुल्ला समझ आ रहा है ना बेटे? घर में प्रैक्टिस किया करें, जो पार्ट समझ नहीं आता आप मुझसे पूछा करें बार बार, ठीक
Okay,
है?
ma'am.
पिक्चर क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
Beta, now it's just 2 questions are left. Tomorrow, inshallah, we will do those 2 questions and this chapter will be ended. After this, I will start chapter 5. Question number 5, part 2, we will do tomorrow, and question number 6, last part of this exercise. Both of the parts we will do tomorrow.
हम किससे बोले?
क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 पार्ट 2 एंड क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 हम कल करके चैप्टर कंप्लीट हो जाएगा, ठीक है? अब इसका मैथ्स को एंड करेंगे इस क्वेश्चन के बाद। छुट्टी भी नहीं दे सकती, अभी छुट्टी नहीं है, अभी तो पढ़ना है ना। पास पढ़ेंगे पहले से। डन बेटे?
हाँ मैम. Done, ma'am.
डन?
Yes, ma'am. से देखा दो.
क्या? क्या? किधर?
ले आओ इधर। जी बेटे डन।
नो मैम।
अच्छा ठीक है
डन मैम।
डन, चलें ठीक है।